Road to Rock, Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen. The world of rock isn't just written with notes, it is forged in moments of chaos that hides secrets no one dares to tell. Some call it legend, others a curse. Turn up the volume. This is Road to Rock, and this is the story of Bohemian Rhapsody. Freddie Mercury carried this thing for years in his head. He sketched piano figures and a loose narrative, then brought it to the band as something that refused to be ordinary. He wrote the core song, the ballad heart and the operatic ideas, and then involved Brian May, Roger Taylor, and John Deacon to shape it into a full band statement. It was Mercury's brainchild, but it became a Queen creation by necessity. By 1975 Queen were between ambition and expectation. They had earned respect as musicians who could do hard rock and vocal harmonies, but nothing prepared their label or the public for a 6-minute single that moved from intimate piano to mock opera to full-on guitar explosion and back to a hush finish. There was real tension. Executives questioned radio play. Bandmates worried about being laughed at. Queen pushed anyway, insisting the recording speak for itself. And they built the record like you build a cathedral. Basic tracks were laid down in Wales, then the work moved to Trident in London. Producer Roy Thomas Baker and engineer Mike Stone became the practical magicians. The operatic section was not sampled or synthesized. It was dozens and dozens of overdubbed voices, the four of them stacked and stacked on tape until the room felt like a choir. Contemporary accounts cite well over 100 vocal overdubs. Tape reels, close mic work, and careful EQ sculpting turned Mercury's theatrical ideas into a living, breathing sound. Musically it refuses categories. It begins as a piano ballad, yields to multi-tracked vocal counterpoint that borrows from operatic drama, detonates into a hard rock guitar solo from Brian May, and then collapses into a reflective coda. That architecture is why it still staggers listeners, contrasts that are extreme but narratively coherent. The recording techniques, layered vocals, careful tape splicing, live drums and a guitar tone built from May's home-built amp and meticulous overdubs made the contrasts visceral. The single's release was another battle. Radio feared the length, the label hesitated. Queen fought, and a short promotional film was made to sell the idea visually. The gamble paid off. The song changed perceptions of what a rock single could be, pushed the band into global superstardom, and forced the industry to reckon with songs as cinematic statements. Years later you can still hear the risks in the record as singer's theatrical impulse. 4 musicians committed to the impossible. Studio craft stretched to its limits. It did not tame the band, it defined them. Subscribe to the channel and smash that like.